Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the BSV Education Trust Information Evening. This is to get you ready for joining the sixth form in September 2022. My name is Alan Gray. I'm head teacher at Sandringham School. You'll also be hearing from my two colleagues, Julie Richardson, head teacher at Verulam, and Martin Atkinson, head teacher at Beaumont School. And then to wrap up at the end, the coordinator for BSV, Sarah Hosegood. Beaumont, Sandringham and Verulam have worked together for over 25 years now in our trust. And we believe that this provides you with a really broad education and allows you the opportunity to maximise the important years in the sixth form. Students who join us always do incredibly well, as you will see, and you will be able to reach your potential or more as you join the sixth form with us. All of you across the three schools have equal access to high quality learning, which is one of the commitments we have to you. And we monitor that across the consortium of schools. There's consistency of delivery in the quality of what we do, so that you can be certain whether you're studying history at school X or history at school Y, that you'll get the same quality of education. We check regularly and assess across the schools to make sure that student progress is good, if not higher than that, to make sure that it's right for you. And we obviously continue to develop a broad offer of all of the subjects that you could possibly want, and we react to the curriculum as it changes, and we can do that because we have more resource to be able to achieve a broader curriculum than a single school on its own. The success of BSV is well documented. Last year, for example, 390 students went on to study at university or successfully applied for an apprenticeship. Destinations include Oxford and Cambridge, as well as many of the other top universities. 77% of all of our grades were graded A star, A or B, and of course the results are consistently among the best in Hertfordshire. So there are some of the things that we can deliver for you as a consortium of schools. I'm now going to pass over to Julie Richardson, who is head at Verulam School, for the next part of this presentation.
So why join BSV? Well, across all three schools, we offer high-quality learning environments. We have high academic standards and challenge across the three schools and offer an exceptional range of courses. We have high-quality teaching and learning in all three schools, and we work closely together in terms of our teacher training and our quality assurance to ensure that the quality of education is consistent. We also offer opportunities for independent learning, opportunities beyond the classroom in terms of trips and speakers, opportunities to develop skills for university and life beyond, and opportunities for outstanding support during your UCAS application, apprenticeships, and applying for the world of work. So what can you expect if you join BSV? Well, firstly, we have first-class facilities. All three schools have bespoke areas for our sixth form students. We offer a broad and varied curriculum offer. And indeed, if there is one subject that your main school doesn't offer that another school does, we offer transport between the schools. We offer a common application procedure, a common calendar so that all three schools have got events coordinated with one another. We have a robust sixth form induction, excellent pastoral care, and as I mentioned before, transport between the schools. So what's next? Well, there are some key questions that you need to consider. Firstly, what are you passionate about? What really interests you? What subjects do you enjoy the most? And which subjects are you actually good at? You also need to consider what career you want to pursue, and also look at what subjects are on offer. What could help you answer these questions is thinking about your GCSE trial examinations. They should give you an insight of what you're good at. Remember that making choices post-16 is a difficult decision, and one that does take time. These are things that shouldn't be rushed. You are choosing your options for the next 2 years, so what's fundamental is that you choose subjects that you enjoy and that you'd be happy studying for that period of time. And lastly, being part of our BSV consortium means that you'll have access to informed choices, which gives excellent guidance on sixth form subject choices which relate to potential future applications. This is something unique to us.
Good evening, I'm Martin Atkinson, head teacher at Beaumont School. I'm going to talk to you this evening about entry criteria into the Beau-Sanvert Consortium. You will need an average point score of grade 4 in order to qualify to get into our sixth forms. Now that means each student needs to work out their average point score, which is just basically adding up all their scores of their GCSE results, so they're on a scale of 1 to 9, adding those up and dividing by the number that they take. So if they took 10 GCSEs, divide by 10. Now, the average point score determines the pathway of choices that the students have. And Ms Richardson talked about trial exams, and we want to stress how important these are. We often hear students saying, oh, I'm going to have a go at these trial exams without putting any effort in. Don't do that. Our offers are going to be made on the basis of how you've done in your trial exams. We don't expect you to achieve exactly the same as you would in the summer, but you need to be on that flight path, getting near to the things that you're hoping for. So really take those trial exams seriously. So pathway 1 for students that fall between 4 and 4.9 on their average point score. We ask students to do what we call a BTEC blend for this situation. And that means students can choose maybe one A-level and 1 or 2 BTEC or CTEC qualifications. Or they could do 2 BTEC or CTECs and 1 A-level. In order to be able to choose the A-level of choice, you need to get a 6 in that subject, apart from maths, where the entry criteria is 7. If you fall between 5 and 5.9, which the vast majority of students going to the 3 schools do, then a 3 A-level choice is what's available to you. That is excluding biology, chemistry and physics, because we've got an extra pathway for the sciences. And as we said, A-level subjects generally require a 6. So pathway 3 for those students who score 6 and above. Again, a large number of students achieve this, and that is any 3 A-levels, including the sciences. Each subject have their individual entry criteria, and sometimes we get asked, is it possible to do 4 A-levels? And it certainly is. Sometimes students who do further maths don't want to narrow their choice too much early on, so further maths we often say start with 4, that's a good way to go. Some other students, if they achieve extremely highly, so we're looking really at students who are averaging 7s or even 8s at GCSE, might consider a 4th subject if they're not sure on wanting to narrow their choices for university. But there isn't really a good reason other than that. No, university offers are usually made on 3 A-levels. Now, for those students who don't achieve an average point score of 4, then we haven't really got the right courses for you within the consortium, but we will give you advice and guidance and advise you to go to local colleges where there are some really good vocational courses available for you. And finally, on the screen now, you can see our, I would say, unrivalled selection of courses that you can choose at Beau-Sanvert. It really is something for everybody.
Good evening, my name is Sarah Hosegood and I'm the Beau-Sanvert Coordinator and work across the 3 sixth forms. What you can see is our timeline for the next few months, which is really important for you to realise all the deadlines and the meetings and support that you may have. So firstly, like we're doing tonight, we've got the Information Evening, giving you a highlights of what you can do across the consortium. Your trial exams or mock examinations will be coming up over the next couple of months, and then leading on to things like parent consultation evenings at the beginning of January. Our next most important step are into the sixth form evenings. They happen across the 3 schools, and I'll give you dates in a couple of minutes, and those are the opportunities that you can come and see the staff and the teachers, and also speak to other students about what it's like to work and to study in each of the 3 sixth forms. At each of the schools, if you are already at Beaumont, Sandringham or Verulam, you will have a guidance or discussion meeting with a member of senior staff or the sixth form team. This again offers you some advice and help to think about those choices and your application. The date which is highlighted is our application deadline, and that's Friday the 4th of February. That's the application deadline for all of the 3 schools with our common application form. Once we have those application forms, we'll look to be able to give provisional offers to students, and that normally happens in March and April. Then you'll do your GCSE exams, and then our next most important dates are our induction dates. Those are happening on the 23rd and 24th of June. They will give you an opportunity to have taster lessons in the subjects that you've applied for, and for you also to become part of the school's sixth form community. You'll also get to meet lots of the pastoral and sixth form staff. Once the results are published in August, we ask you to confirm your choices. And again, there'll be guidance and meetings there to help if you need that. And then we will enrol our students at the beginning of term in September. So as I mentioned, next important evenings are Into the Sixth evenings. The 3 dates are on the screen. Please do, if you think that you might want to do a subject across several of the schools, feel free to visit more than one of the schools. And at these opportunities, you'll be able to meet the staff and also be able to see some of the work and speak to some of the students who are already studying. Thank you very much for your time this evening, and if you have any more questions, then there are numbers on either the leaflet, which is attached to the presentation, or on each of the different schools' websites. Thank you very much.